This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Unette Gentry. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson. This segment of the news is brought to you by Silver State Health, bringing quality medical and psychiatric care to Pahrump. Call 775-505-1214 for an appointment.
Thank you so much for joining us here on KPVM TV and Ace Country Radio. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Unette Gentry. Thank you for joining us this Tuesday, December 29th.
Well, an altercation at the main post office here in Pahrump this afternoon ends with one man in police custody. Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies and Nevada Highway Patrol troopers responded to an officer assist at the Pahrump's main post office on Postal Drive this afternoon. An officer was dispatched by the Nye County Sheriff's Office to trespass two individuals inside the facility as requested by post office personnel. The Nye County Sheriff's Office told News 25 that the two individuals refused to identify themselves and a physical altercation ensued between police and the two subjects. One person eventually did identify themselves, the other refused and continued to resist. That person was then put into the Nye County Sheriff's Office police cruiser and transported to the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center.
And in more local news, the Bob Roode Community Center in Pahrump is getting a makeover thanks to an $8,000 grant. Bryce Chisholm, an artist from Reno, is painting a new mural on the south side of that building.
Yeah, this is a cool project put together with the City of Pahrump and State of Nevada, and it's a awesome mural. It's got a wild horse here running. American flag is going to be in the background. You've got Bob Rudd over on the other side, and Mount Charleston is going to be here in the center. I'm a painter from Reno, Nevada, and I do large murals and different things, canvas, basically everything. It's Americana. I wanted to depict the West. I love the wild Mustangs and the horses running around. With the American flag, there'll be some iconic pieces from the town, like there'll be the wagon wheels and different sagebrush and different things running through the piece. It's exterior paint. It lasts about 20 years or so, and then it'll start fading. The colors that I choose is basically that's my style, and so I really like the bright colors. And at first it can seem, oh man, what's going on? But if you give it a day or two, when the images start appearing, they kind of contrast each other, and it just makes the images really pop off and stand out. Those are kind of just cool designs that I like to work in. I was gonna also try to throw in some Native American and different things just to kind of incorporate everything. It also adds elements of intrigue and style to an area that may just be color. It adds whoa, what is this cool design and this pattern going in? It gives it just lots more meaning and different things going on, and something that attracts your eye to. It has to be complete by the 30th.
And you're out here by yourself?
Yes. I get paint by the name ABC Art Attack, and that's on Instagram, Facebook, web, everything.
That is beautiful, and the messaging "stay safe to stay open" is a part of the grant criteria and will be clearly visible as a part of the artwork. Pahrump Tourism has long considered a mural trail. Tourism Director Arlette Ledbetter says the community center mural can be considered the inaugural project, with future projects and grants to follow. And one last thing to mention, the grant required the project to be completed by December 30th. Unfortunately, no local artists were able to meet that deadline.
And item number 49 on the December 15th Board of County Commissioners agenda was permission to change point of diversion, manner of use, and place of use of the public waters for an outdoor shooting range located on Mesquite Avenue right here in Pahrump.
In 2010, the Board of County Commissioners designated 10 acres located at 3871 East Mesquite Avenue for a multi-purpose training facility project so that training exercises could be conducted by fire, SWAT, ladder, canine, ATV, dumpster, vehicle burn training, vehicle extrication, confined space training, and hydrant training exercises. Now the BOCC is moving to provide a public outdoor shooting facility on the undesignated portion of the 31.24 acres of property. After disclosing that she is a licensed well drilling contractor and has no conflict with the agenda item, Deborah Strickland made a motion to approve extending the water rights to the location, stating that this is a great project. The motion was seconded, and without any public comment offered, the project was approved.
And unfortunately, we had 2 more COVID-19 deaths overnight here in Pahrump and 3 more cases reported. That leaves us with 1,957 cases. At this time, there is no drive-up testing happening at Serenity Mental Health, and a CVS pharmacy is actually booked up and overwhelmed. So Pahrump Spine and Wellness has opened up drive-through testing, and that is on Tuesdays from 9 a.m. until 3:30. They're located at 2780 Homestead Road, and that's Pahrump Spine and Wellness. Serenity Mental Health will have their drive-up testing reoccurring once again coming up on January 4th. We'll have more news after this.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest-reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. Well, the Ghostbusters say if you see a ghost, call them. But in Pahrump, if you experience something you can't quite explain, you have other options. Desert Spirit Seekers helps people, both believers and skeptics, understand the paranormal.
We're a paranormal investigation team, so we're going to go out to residentials, we're going to go out to commercial, we'll also do cemeteries, we'll do, anything that you think is paranormal, we're there. Residents, the people with the homes, they'll call us in case they have something going on in their house. They may have a loved one there that they want to speak to. We have equipment that does that.
One of the things is an SB7. It's a spirit box. So it'll cycle through radio frequencies, and the spirits will be able to talk in real time, and you'll be able to hear it through a speaker on the device.
A lot of people think that, if there's a ghost there, it's got to be a demon, but it's usually not. But they'll call us, if we want to get rid of that. They'll also do entertainment, like we do ghost tours. So a lot of people are interested in it, and they want to see. Maybe they're skeptic of it and they want to come out and see. But we bring people out there and they get to see what they want to see. I became the team director back in around 2011, 2012, and I've been getting the paranormal group. This is only a few of them, but I do have chapters that are here in Nevada. I have a chapter in Arizona, and I have a chapter in London. I am a medium. A lot of times during the investigations, I'll do that, and I do talk to them. I don't really need the equipment. I can just hear them talking like it's me and you. We do go out a number of times a month and go out and do things, especially around Nevada. And if you wanted to get in contact with us, you can, our Facebook page, Desert Spirit Seekers, or you can call me, 775-513-8440, and you can schedule a residential. You can schedule if you want to come out and do go to an old cemetery, you want, anything you want to do, old compounds, we'll do that.
Well, Steve Samson is president of Veterans in Politics International. He's a Marine Corps veteran who has made it his mission to hold family court judges accountable for the public they serve. Samson has filmed what he says is misconduct in the courtroom and posted the videos on the internet exposing what he says are wrongdoings. Many consider Steve a hero who only have him as their last hope to seek justice for their cases. Steve Samson was honored at the Producer's Choice Awards in Pahrump for his work in public community service.
Well, this award was given because of our leadership and work within the judicial community, especially in the veteran family court. A lot of my members went to the family court and were having problems and asked me to assist and to investigate. So we did, and we found out that they were telling the truth. And in fact, there was a lot more problems than what we anticipated. Google me. That's how people find out. They Google the judge and we pop up, or they Google me and it pops up. So a lot of word of mouth. All you got to do for the YouTube channel, go to Veterans in Politics, and the YouTube channel will pop up, or Google my name, Steve Samson, or go to veteransinpolitics.org.
And congratulations. In other news, if you're losing sleep over COVID-19, unfortunately, you are not alone. In fact, some people have coined pandemic-related sleeplessness as coronasomnia. Cleveland Clinic's Dr. Michelle Durerup says people are stressed over the virus and everything that's changed because of it.
So there's a lot of things that are impacting sleep based on kind of the current situation. So number one, probably most obvious, is increased anxiety and stress that people are experiencing, not only in regards to the actual virus, but also the impact on our financial, work, academic, things like that.
Many Americans feel stress due to COVID-19, and stress is often a trigger for insomnia. In addition, our daily schedules have been turned upside down, which can complicate sleeping patterns, and being stuck at home without exposure to sunlight can disrupt our circadian rhythm. Constant stress and lack of sleep can negatively impact the immune system, and mental health may suffer. Chronic sleep issues may also lead to an increased risk of weight gain, diabetes, and high blood pressure. So what can we do to combat the stress and get some sleep? Dr. Durerup says our sleep patterns thrive on routine and consistency, so it's a good idea to keep consistent sleep and wake times even on weekends or days off. Getting regular physical activity and light exposure in the morning may help too. And remember to wind down before bedtime and put your electronics away.
Some things to make sure to be mindful of is the impact of being on our screens all the time, the light exposure that we're getting, especially if that's in the evening, as well as the content of what we're doing can be very disruptive to sleep. So being mindful of that.
If you continue to struggle with sleep despite making lifestyle changes, there are a couple of options you can try. Dr. Durerup says while medications may help in the short term, cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia is often a better option for most people long term.
All right, stay tuned. When we return, we'll tell you about an outdoor area you might want to use as your next staycation. News 25 will be right back.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by Canyon Ridge Periodontics. Give them a call at 702-966-0302.
Welcome back to News 25. In today's Save a Pet, we meet a sweet and playful dog named Sly. He's available now at Desert Haven.
Today's Save a Pet is proudly sponsored by Jason Ernest with Mountain West Lawyers. Call 775-727-9500.
Sly is a 10-month-old German Shepherd mix who was found as a stray and brought to Desert Haven by Nye County Animal Control officers. Now he's ready for his new home. Shelter volunteers say Sly is sweet and loves to play. He's brown and black, neutered, and weighs in at nearly 65 pounds. If you'd like to meet Sly or any of his friends available for adoption from Desert Haven Animal Society, just give them a call to schedule an appointment. That number is 775-751-7020. You can also visit them on Facebook at Desert Haven Animal Society. Desert Haven Animal Society is located on Seary Lane, right behind the Nye County Courthouse.
And here's a great place you can take Sly or any of your pets. Water Rock Ranch in Pahrump is recognized as one of the best hip camps in Nevada, but it's more than just a great place to camp. Water Rock Ranch also hosts youth groups from across the country. Owner and operator Pepper J says Water Rock provides an atmosphere that allows young people to thrive.
Well, we create the ranch for kids, mostly teenagers, but some younger, some a little older. And we have a teepee, and we use that quite a bit for discussion groups. Troubled kids, mostly, discussion groups. We still have the concert hut that we use for the stage, and we teach confidence through, and communication skills through singing or speaking or anything like that, acting, comedy, whatever the child wants to do, modeling and stuff like that. Now we're building our house, and the whole upstairs and most of the downstairs, actually the whole house, is geared toward bringing some kids in. When we were in Hollywood, we brought a lot of young people into a big house that we had there, and it was not only extremely rewarding to be there and giving them a safe space and allowing them to grow in whatever direction that they felt positive was for them, but we made friends for a lifetime. It's just kind of humbling and nice to know that we might have had a little something to do with keeping them safe while they're getting their life together. We've been working with the Nye Coalition for years now. I don't know how many years. We tell them certain things we can teach. We teach video editing, we teach photography and photography editing, animal husbandry, growing of crops and things so the teen, I think they have to be 16, I'm just not sure. They choose what they want to learn, and then they assign them to us, and they come 2 or 3 days a week or 4 days and 2 or 3 hours a day or 4, and they learn. And that's what we do. We teach them. That's what the coalition does. We were completely closed from mid-March to August, and now if people are having a really hard time with a teenager or something, and they want to come over just as a small little group and kind of just spend some time with them, we're open for that, but not on a large scale.
And if you'd like to discover more of what Water Rock Ranch has to offer, you can check them out on Facebook at Water Rock Ranch.
Well, at the start of the school year, surveys showed that only 1 in 5 teachers were expected to quit due to COVID. Although we don't know the extent of the fallout yet, one thing is clear as we enter mid-year. Teachers are burned out from the immense stress of teaching through COVID. Kim Martinez reports.
What is going to make it say eat? Anissa Ramirez is in both her second school year of teaching and her second school year of the chaos of teaching during COVID.
When 2 bells go walking, the first one does the talking.
During her prep period, she tutors a limited amount of children who have fallen behind in reading and are allowed to come to the school for help.
Shiloh, what is this animal?
A bear. This is the only in-person instruction she'll be able to give. Everything else will be through her screen.
For the weekend, I got a hamster.
You got a hamster? Did you name your hamster already?
I just think that moving forward into this sort of hybrid period of learning, we're just going to be expected to do 2 jobs at once. And it's very exhausting.
Upstairs in Melissa Ramirez's first grade class, she also has a handful of students to tutor in person. And then it's back to Zoom.
It's difficult to have to be in front of a camera the whole time.
Both teachers agree it's mentally and physically taxing.
Too much screen time, headaches, dizziness, exhaustion.
And after months of double the workload,
Everyone needs to go back on mute, please.
And constant distractions.
It's a lot on the teacher because not only are we teaching an AM and a PM and selling our prep to tutor these students, we're also just like, excuse me, I haven't cried in like 2 weeks about it. So here it is, it's all pent up.
Right after our interview with this caring second grade teacher, within minutes she had wiped the tears away and started her second session of the day.
The show must go on. Her kids need her now more than ever, and she will not let them down. As for Melissa, she sees a light at the end of the tunnel past all of the growing pains.
We now know how to use the technology and how to make it more interactive for our students.
But for those like Anissa, whose dream was to be with her students face to face, this has been a heartbreaking shift to her profession.
If I wanted to sit and have a desk job at a computer all day, I would have picked that type of career.
And it could very well force her out of teaching altogether.
If it's going to be completely distance learning the following school year, I don't know if I can sustain that.
Kim Martinez reporting.
Exclamation point, do it with your finger.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Hi, it's John Kohler from KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios. In fact, we're just outside the weather studios. You can see the wind is whipping today here in Pahrump. The sun is shining, the clouds are clearing out. There's some snow up on the mountains. It's an exciting day for a weatherman. We'll tell you all about this fine day and the rest of the week when we return.
News News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios. Today is Ted Danson's birthday. I met Ted Danson at the gym in Anchorage at the Hotel Captain Cook, and I got to say, I think I can take him. Up in Fernley, 44 degrees for a high today, 19 degrees for a low. He's a skinny little guy, you wouldn't believe. Fallon, he's 44 for a high today, 15 for a low. Carson City, 42 for a high today, 20 for a low. But I'm a lover, not a fighter. Tonopah, 33 for a high today, 11 for a low. Goldfield, you saw as much as 35. Wow, 10 degrees for a low tonight. Beatty, you're all the way up to 49 degrees and 26 for a low. In Amargosa, 54 degrees and 28 for a low tonight. And in Las Vegas, sweatshirt weather. Get one. Make it say Las Vegas on there. It'll be a good purchase. You'll love it later. 57 degrees was your high today, 35 for a low tonight. Sweatshirt. Death Valley, 67 degrees, 40 for a low. And here in the paradise of Pahrump, well, currently we've got 51 degrees. That's off the mark of 53 for a high today. Windy, blowing, blustery, north-northwesterly winds to 19 miles per hour, kicking up all kinds of stuff and knocking stuff over in the yard. 19% humidity. Staying with us as those clouds are kind of blowing out, but they'll be building up again tomorrow. Sun rose this morning at 6:54 a.m., set this evening at 4:38 p.m., and we'll get all the way down to 29 for a low tonight, and those winds kicking up just a little bit more, northeasterly winds to 11 miles per hour. Not giving us much of a break, but that humidity is staying with us, and we'll see clear skies tonight. But come tomorrow, well, let's take a look at the week. Yes, the clouds return. 5-mile-an-hour winds tomorrow, not too bad, but they kick up again on Thursday. And as they kick up, then they blow out all the clouds that we're going to see returning, and we'll have clear skies on Friday. Saturday, Sunday, clouding up once again, but the highs staying remarkably close to 56 degrees and the lows right around 33, 35 degree mark. Not too bad for a winter day in Pahrump. Back to the desk. Here's Unette and Deanna.
Well, there you go. That's to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Unette Gentry. And from all of us here at KPVM and Ace Country Radio, thanks so much for joining us. And please watch next newscast. Good night.
Good night.